Hitosaur, Epic Ocean Stories Weekly. Subscribe now for more unbelievable encounters. Tap subscribe and watch the next Hitosaur video now. Intro. I've spent millions of dollars on crazy challenges, but nothing compares to staring into the eyes of a real-life Jaws. Today, we're going back to 2009, a year when great white sharks decided to get up close and personal with humanity in the most insane ways possible. We're talking about cage dives that went horribly wrong, surfers literally getting knocked off their boards by a sea monster, kayakers who thought they were going for a peaceful paddle and ended up face-to-face with a giant predator. You are not going to believe some of this footage is real. These aren't just stories. We have the videos and first-hand accounts that will make your heart pound. From the infamous Shark Alley in South Africa to the shores of California, great whites were making their presence known, and people were capturing it all on camera. I've brought together the 10 most mind-blowing encounters of that single year, and each one is more intense than the last. Imagine a 17-foot shark trying to turn your cage into a snack, or a submersible window cracking under the force of a headbutt from an apex predator. So buckle up, because we're about to count down the 10 great white encounters from 2009 that you have to see to believe. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new level of respect for the ocean and the giants that live in it. If you're scared of sharks, you might want to watch this from behind your couch. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. Our first encounter takes us to Guadalupe Island, a volcanic rock in the middle of the Pacific known as a hotspot for massive great whites. For thrill seekers, it's the ultimate destination for cage diving. You get lowered into the crystal clear water, protected by a steel cage, and watch these magnificent predators in their natural habitat. But in 2009, one group of divers got a show that was way more intense than they paid for. They expected to see sharks, but they didn't expect one to try and join them inside the cage. It was a moment that redefined what close call truly means. The setup was standard. A sturdy cage, a group of excited divers, and bait lines in the water to lure the sharks closer for the perfect photo opportunity. A huge female great white, estimated to be over 16 feet long, took the bait. But instead of just grabbing the tuna and swimming away, she lunged with incredible force. Her momentum carried her straight towards the cage. The divers inside could do nothing but watch in horror as tons of muscle and teeth hurtled directly at their only source of protection. The sound of the impact was deafening, even underwater. What happened next was pure chaos. The shark, likely disoriented and thrashing, accidentally wedged its head between the bars of the cage. The top of the cage had an opening, and in its panic, the shark's massive body thrashed upwards, breaking through the top and partially entering the cage with the diver. For a few terrifying seconds, man and beast were in the same tiny space. The diver, an experienced professional, had the presence of mind to stay calm, sink to the bottom of the cage, and wait. It was the only thing he could do to avoid the shark's flailing body and razor-sharp teeth. The crew on the boat watched in disbelief, their hearts in their throats. The shark thrashed wildly, its powerful tail slapping against the side of the boat, its gills bleeding from scraping against the sharp metal of the cage. It was a life-or-death struggle for both the shark and the diver. Miraculously, after what felt like an eternity, the shark managed to free itself. It thrashed its way back out of the cage and disappeared into the deep blue, leaving behind a mangled cage and a diver with a story that would become legendary in the diving community. Now we travel across the globe to Gansbaai, South Africa, a place nicknamed Shark Alley for a very good reason. This narrow channel of water is home to a massive colony of Cape fur seals, which is like an all-you-can-eat buffet for great white sharks. Tourists flock here to witness the breach, a great white launching its entire body out of the water to ambush a seal from below. In 2009, a film crew captured a breach that showed terrifying intelligence. The scene was set. A lone seal was making a desperate dash back to safety. Cameras trained, breath held, teeth, muscle. The shark was using deep water stalking, a lining below the silhouette. Suddenly, the water exploded. A massive great white, up to 25 miles per hour, rocketed vertically from the depths. Breathtaking and horrifying in the same frame. It calculated trajectory, speed, and the perfect moment to strike. Every muscle ripple, every droplet, a masterclass in predatory tactics. The shark crashed back with its prize. For the seal, no escape. The 2009 footage became iconic and reinforced Shark Alley's fearsome reputation. Staying in South Africa, we moved to False Bay, another notorious hotspot. In 2009, a woman embarked on a solo paddle that would bring her uncomfortably close to the bay's most famous resident. From below, her small vessel looked a lot like a seal. She enjoyed the solitude until she noticed something strange. A large, dark shape moved beneath her, shadowing the kayak. Her heart began to race. A very large, great white was following her. It circled and nudged the kayak. A gentle bump that felt like a car crash. She kept still, barely breathing, while the shark watched. After agonizing minutes, it lost interest and vanished. Shaken but unharmed, she raced for shore, a cautionary tale born. Let's head back to the United States, to the world-famous breaks of Santa Cruz, California. Part of the Red Triangle, notorious for great white encounters. On a sunny fall day in 2009, one surfer collided with a shark. A massive impact launched him and his board into the air. He surfaced, confused, then saw it. A huge dorsal fin, just yards away. Likely an accident for both. The shark was startled too. On shore, a massive crescent bite mark revealed how close it came. It sent ripples through the surf community. Experts called it mistaken identity, a seal silhouette in murky water. We returned to South Africa, not divers or kayakers, but fishermen on a small commercial boat. Success drew a massive inspector, a great white circling the chum-slicked boat. It tested the hull, then focused on the stern and swim platform. With a burst of speed, it bit the boat. Fiberglass splintered. The shark clamped the outboard and shook it. Cruz scrambled with gaffs, fighting to protect the motor. Miles from shore, a dead engine could be deadly. After minutes that felt like hours, it let go and submerged. They were shaken, the motor mangled, the stern gouged. They limped back to port, proof that even boats aren't invincible. A chilling reminder, on the ocean, you are never truly alone. Chapter 6. Our next story takes us down under, Neptune Islands, South Australia, a global epicenter for great whites. In 2009, a team lured sharks close to place satellite tags, a delicate, dangerous dance the team had done hundreds of times. But this shark launched with incredible power, heaving half its body onto the swim platform. Jaws snapped, pectoral fins slapped, and the stern dipped dangerously low. One bad step could break a leg or drag someone overboard. They looped its tail and with forward momentum guided it back into the sea. The ordeal lasted a minute. The footage is insane. For our 8th encounter, back to Guadalupe, but deeper, in a one-man observation pod. The filmmaker enjoyed a serene scene, great whites gliding gracefully. A large female, nicknamed Big Mama, took a special interest. A gentle nudge turned into a head-on charge. The impact sounded like a gunshot. The pod rocked violently. Cracks spiderwebbed across the thick acrylic inches from his face.
He radioed, shouting, "Crack! Crack! The window is cracked!" The crew initiated an emergency retrieval.
Minutes felt like hours as the damaged pod rose, surrounded by sharks. He made it back. The cracked window a terrifying testament to great white power and curiosity. Chapter 9. Our penultimate story takes us to the waters off New Zealand's Stewart Island. Attacks are rare, until a commercial powa diver was hit from below. He never saw the shark. Pressure crushed his head, neck, and shoulders. His mask tore away as the water turned red. His nephew saw the tail thrash and stabbed with an abalone knife. The shark let go and disappeared. Deep lacerations to head, neck, shoulders, missing arteries by millimeters. Investigators confirmed a large great white. Tooth patterns matched. Likely a hit and run, mistaken identity with seal-like silhouettes. He survived, but the deep left its mark. For our final story of 2009, back to South Africa. A great white struck a small seal pup, not a rare sight here. Bleeding, it made a desperate run for the boat. With a final burst, it flopped onto the platform just out of reach. Tourists and crew froze as the shark circled. They chose not to push it back. They lifted the pup into a container and sped away. Delivered to rehab, the pup, later named Sharky, received care and a second chance. And there you have it. 10 of the most insane, terrifying, and unbelievable great white encounters from a single year. From a shark breaking into a diver's cage, to another launching onto a boat, 2009 was a wild time. No matter how much we study them, these animals are unpredictable, powerful, and demand our respect. A normal day can turn life or death in seconds. We are visitors in a world that doesn't belong to us. The ocean is their home. When we enter it, we're part of the food chain. Which encounter was the craziest? Let me know in the comments and hit subscribe for more. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Love epic shark stories? Tap subscribe to hit a soar now. Keep the waves rolling. Watch the next wild encounter. Click the video on screen.